You see the black on black crime in comedy. Because we don't usually see comedians beefing and you know what I mean? Like that's like some rapper shit. Like, and then you wake up and we not necessarily touching on none of that, but when you wake up and you hear your name in it as a grown man who been in comedy for 35 years. How does that make you feel? Like, is it like, I can't believe this shit?
Yeah, I mean, for real. I mean, that's for the most part, that's the only way that you can really look at it, because I'm not really a person that, measure myself off social media at all. Like, I've been doing this. That's what I do. So that's my only response to it is like, bro, I do this. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Like, so the idea of it being so important to people, like, and it's interesting that, because it perpetuated, weeks later with everybody. Like next thing you know, this comedian beefing, and next thing you know, that comedian beefing.
I'm starting to see it.
Yeah, and it's just like, I mean, to the point that, the other day, it was comedians literally in a comedy show arguing with each other, one in the audience and one on the stage. And I was like, what is this all about? Right? Again, because we live in a business where we there to bring joy. We there to make people laugh and forget their problems. We definitely don't want to be bringing up people's blood pressure, what I'm saying? So, I mean, I really feel like it is a sign of the times, like it's the ideology that, I call it acute Trump syndrome, where everybody just mean, dog. Like, people just feel like they can say mean things and get away with it as long as it's true to them. Like, they don't have to be true at all. But if it's true to them, then they can just say it as such, and that's what they want to believe. And then you got to go around and either defend yourself or decide, like, that ain't my truth, and y'all can eat that shit all day if you want to. But I don't sit around and do that. I literally got a lot of shit to do today.
Right.
And it definitely ain't to be arguing with hot number 9 from somewhere that's on my comments talking about you.
Right.
Like, I don't know you, fam.
Right. You can't get to me, man.
Like, dog, you do you. You be that mad at me. I don't even know you, bro.
Right.
Like, I don't even know how you that mad at me
Absolutely.
right now. That's crazy, man. So, but it is that space, that world that we living in where, social media is a real reality to people, in their minds. And so they live in that space and they recognize by that. And so, it's, you're asked to defend things that ain't even interesting to you, you know what I mean? Like, I got my TV show going, I'm doing so, I got business going, I'm steady, I'm busy
got
all
the barbecue
day, bro.
sauce, the seasoning, the liquor,
man. I'm shaking these trees, man. And I'm telling jokes, and I'm funny, for real. Like, I don't worry about none of that.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in. And me growing up as a kid, my first time really getting introduced to the word beef came at the time when Pac and Biggie had their little issues and everything like that. Now, I'm not saying that they the ones who started the word or it wasn't being said and used already, but I remember when Biggie dropped that song, What's Beef, that's when I really came to understand that man, like, okay, this is when niggas got a problem with each other and everything like that. I always tell people, Pac is my #1 rapper of all time. I respected Biggie as well, so I did jam both back and forth and everything, but that was my first time hearing beef. Then after that, beef became anytime somebody was having issues with each other. And we just seen it go in sports, all type of forms of entertainment. But we never saw this become a term and a phrase when it came to the comedy world. And now, as y'all hear right here, comedian beef. And I had a link in the description where you can watch this in full at on $1 Million Worth of Game with Wallow and Gilly. And Cedric The Entertainer pulled up for an episode and sat out, and they had to ask that question for the people. Now, they didn't mention Cat Williams, but everybody know 2024, Cat Williams came in and kicked down the door. This nigga most definitely turned everything up because he spoke people's names directly. Cedric the Entertainer being one of them. Said he stole a joke and everything like that. And that turned into a whole thing. And here we are in March, and it's still a conversation. Well, Cedric the Entertainer spoke his side about it. That ain't really what he do or what his lane. And he see, even in the comedy world, it turned into everybody else kind of getting into it as well. I told you, it's the year. All capital C's. controversy, chaos, conflict, confrontation. And we going all the way down there through with it, even in the comedy lane. He spoke about the situation that happened with Donnell Rawlings and Corey Holcomb out in LA. Well, Donnell Rawlings was in the crowd. He said he had performed before Corey Holcomb, and while Corey Holcomb was on stage, they calling each other out right there in person and face to face. As a comedian, they know, hey, in the crowd is part of the art to have hecklers, people disrupting your show. But somebody else who's a comedian, hey, nigga, hold on, you gonna come up in here and disrespect my show like that, you really out of pocket and crossing the line. That's how they gonna take it in their world. We expect that from the fans, but as a comedian, you supposed to respect the art form. And I'll say this, it's a double-edged sword here because of the world we live in. Even me, we all feed into it. We gonna look at the train wreck in a certain amount of time. Some people gonna get a train wreck more energy than others and everything. Somebody gonna take it, grab stuff from it, and make it as a teachable moment. Some people just gonna keep cheering the train wreck on and things like that. Well, in that case, I say this for the comedians. It does add promo and mentioning to it. Cause not that comedy ever fell off, not that comedy was gonna ever fall off. Comedy is here forever and gonna be here to stay. Everybody likes a good laugh. Everybody like to have a good time and be entertained. But we didn't see comedy get discussed this much in the mainstream side of things in a long time. But right now, ever since Cat Williams came with that interview, as I said, everybody gonna have a response. If you are a comedian, you might as well go ahead and put it as part of your skit. Get you some laughs out of it, create you some jokes about it, and most definitely make it part of your product, because that's what comedians do, nigga. They talk about the trending topic. But Cedric The Entertainer, he a nigga like, hey, that ain't really what I do. Nigga, I'm on this lane. I got these businesses going on, TV show, and all these other things I'm dropping, things like that. So I don't really get into everything of that nature. I'm a nigga that grew up on comedy, from everything, Def Comedy Jam, nigga, Comic View, watching sitcoms on TV from that era all the way. I rock with the new Instagram comedians. I'm here for it. As long as ain't nobody getting hurt, ain't nobody getting their money messed off, ain't nobody going to jail. Nigga, comedian, you got to have thick skin in this game. So if another comedian dissing you, y'all niggas don't need to fight up and beat each other or block each other money. But nigga, get them jokes up on stage, nigga. It's a competitive thing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are in the art of being funny. Y'all are in the art of making things that make people laugh. So people, sometimes they want that. But y'all don't have to block each other money. It don't got to be politics. But if you're doing some dishonorable stuff in the game, you're doing some foul out of pocket stuff in the game and hating and blocking other people money in the comedy world or things like that, or you're doing some things that's not having morals or integrity in the game, then that's a whole different story. But if y'all just go get off on each other on y'all little disagreements and things like that, do y'all 1-2 thing, man. We all here for it. Y'all all winning. Niggas grew up on y'all comedians. I rock with the new comedians as well, going to social media, running their bag up, cutting out the middleman, having it their way and doing their way. But hey, it's a new day, 2024, nigga. Comedian beef is a real thing. Even the older comedians got to address what this comedian beef is now. Tell me what y'all think. We got more coming, more videos, all that 1,000 for shit show. Stay on your pivot.